we dropped 3 units, moving to 30 units in the positive on the season. Back with my best bets in the NBA for December 13th. First up, from the Memphis Grizzlies, I'll be taking Ja Morant over his 22 points, minus 110 odds over at MGM, a line that he's hit in his last 4 out of 6 games. 31 and 32 points in his last 2 out of 3 games. 25 points in his last game versus Brooklyn, who allowed the seventh most points to point guards. Next, I took Ivica Zubac from the Los Angeles Clippers for 8 rebounds, and I parlayed that with Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz for 10 rebounds. That's plus 100 odds on FanDuel. Zubac, 8 rebounds in his last 19 out of 20 games. He's hit this line in his last 6 versus Denver. Denver allows the 6th most rebounds to center. Kessler, 10 rebounds. He's hit this in his last 6, 17 and 14 rebounds in his last 2 games. Phoenix allows the 6th most rebounds to center. Well, they allow the 5th, and Denver allows the 6th, excuse me. Next, I took Norman Powell from the Clippers over 15 points, and I parlayed that with Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets over 12 rebounds. That's minus 123 odds over at FanDuel. Norman Powell, 15 points. He's had 17 points in his last 5 games, 37 and 28 points in his last 2 games versus Denver. Denver allowing the 3rd most points to shooting guard. Nikola Jokic, 12 rebounds. He's had 14 rebounds in his last 3 games, 20, 16, and 14 rebounds in his last 3. 14 rebounds or more in his last 5 out of 6 versus the Clippers. So, Norman Powell for 15 points, Nikola Jokic for 12 rebounds, minus 123 over on FanDuel. Next, I took Michael Porter Jr. for 6 rebounds, and I parlayed that with James Harden for 15 points. Michael Porter Jr. of the Denver Nuggets, James Harden of the Los Angeles Clippers. That's minus 121 odds on FanDuel. Michael Porter Jr., 6 rebounds. Well, he's had 7 rebounds in his last 8 out of 10 games. 10, 9, 9, 9, and 7 rebounds in his last 5 games versus the Clippers. The Clippers allowing the 5th most rebounds to the small forward position. James Harden, 15 points. James Harden has had 15 points or more in his last 17 out of 20 games. One of those games he left with injury. 20 points or more in his last 4 games versus Denver, including 39 points in his last game versus Denver. So that's going to be Michael Porter Jr. for 6 rebounds, parlay with James Harden for 15 points, minus 121 odds on FanDuel. Last but not least, I'm drinking a little juice right here. I took Nikola Jokic for 30 points, minus 150 odds on FanDuel. Like I said, drinking some juice. Jokic, 38, 27, 56, and 48 points in his last 4. 38, 27, 56, and 48 points in his last 4. Mandy was popping. Jokic, 40, 32, 36, and 41 points in his last 4 out of 5 versus the Clippers. Let's just run that back. Jokic, 38, 27, 56, and 48 points in his last 4 games. 40, 32, 36, and 41 points in his last 4 out of 5 versus the Clippers. I really expect him to get busy. So, to run everything back, I'll be taking Ja Morant for 22 points, Ivica Zubac for 8 rebounds, parlay with Walker Kessler for 10 rebounds, Norman Powell for 15 points, parlay with the Joker for 12 rebounds, Michael Porter Jr. for 6 rebounds, parlay with James Harden for 15 points, and last but not least, Nikola Jokic, the Joker, for 30 points. Like, comment, and subscribe for your daily sports betting videos and analysis. Let's keep burning them. As always, I will see you tomorrow. If you want all my plays as soon as I take them for just 16 cents a day, subscribe to the Patreon. I will link that down below, patreon.com/F451. Love, peace, and fish grease. Let's continue to run up some units. Holla.